It's just a game.
MLB Network comes to you live from the mile. MLB Network's coverage of Major League Baseball is on the air. Today, the opener of this four-game series between the American League's Houston Astros and the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. Hello again, everybody. Baseball is back. Welcome to our special opening day broadcast on MLB Network. I'm joined by Dan Plesac. And Dan, as we get things going this season, it's pitching that has to be key if this team's going to have success.
Just like any team, pitching is going to be a key factor for this ball club as the year plays out. I'm sure the staff will have its ups and downs, but if they can pitch like they can, I think this team is going to be pretty successful.
The game's count starting now. Opening day on MLB Network, and it's coming up next. Back now as we draw ever closer to first pitch. Let's listen in to public address announcer Mike Carlucci.
And now, your 2024 Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim.
Quickly now, we'll look at the two men who are entrusted with the starting pitching assignment here to begin the new year. Now here's a look at the Astros starting lineup. Mark, what do you have on this lineup as they go for their first win?
Matty, you take a look at this lineup. I find myself thinking back to my playing days when I knew I had the ace on the mound. It had to be win day, and when you get in a car to drive to the yard, you tell yourself, even though you felt bad about it, just get 2 or 3. All the pressure's on the big boy to have to execute, and he usually does. Look for this lineup to try and execute and score, manufacture 1 or 2 runs early in this one. Here's how the Halos are going to line up on defense. And let's take a look at Andrelton Simmons. You can argue this is the best defender in all the sport. Range, first step, quickness, whatever you want to throw out there, this is one of the best in the game.
Here's the second baseman, Jose Altuve. And we are ready for some daytime baseball.
Leading off the afternoon for Houston, second baseman, Jose Altuve.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. And spring training is officially behind us now as the first pitch of the season is looked at for ball 1. A ball and a strike now. A very fine afternoon for baseball. 67 degrees here at first pitch. Called strike, and he's behind 1-2. Smokey.
Matty V, you talked about it. He doesn't walk a whole lot of guys. Well, if you don't walk a lot of guys, there aren't a lot of guys that get strikeouts by throwing the ball in the strike zone. This is one of the few that does it.
When you have 2 strikes on you, as a hitter, if you get something that you can handle, you have to find a way to do some damage with it. That was a missed opportunity.
So striding forward now, George Springer. He'll get to take his first cuts here. Line toward the gap in left center. And he will make the play out there, and there are 2 away now. Striding in for Houston, Darren Norman, as he'll get his first opportunity in this one. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Takes a high fastball for a strike. Time for a look at our umpires in this one. Behind the plate is Ed Drummond.
Yeah, Matty. Hey, you know what, Dero? This Ed Drummond, he's a good umpire. Fair umpire, good ball and strike umpire. Pretty much straight down the road.
That's all you look for, Dan. Just be consistent. I don't care if you're given 2 to 3 inches off the outside corner, but you can't do it on the inside corner. If you're going to stick to one thing and stay consistent with it, no player will have a gripe with you.
Look out. That one almost got away from him. 2-2 now.
Well, we all know.
Tried to fool him with the changeup, but he won't offer at it. 3-2. Aaron Judge would be next. And that's into the corner, a foul ball and right. Another full count pitch home. And we'll have the first base runner of the ball game here as that misses, and it's a 2-out walk. Here's big Aaron Judge. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. And he gets the call that time for strike number 1. And there he goes towards second. In the dirt here. Pitch is low and in the dirt, and that's going to allow that runner to steal his way into scoring position here with 2 away. And it's a ball and 2 strikes now to Aaron Judge.
That's what you call a challenge fastball right there, boys. I don't know if he was necessarily trying to miss up in the zone like he did, but he got
a swing and a miss. That retires the side. And now to the plate, Elmer Gonzalez, as it'll be 5, 6, and 7 due up to kick off the second inning. Second inning starts with a fastball that misses. It's 1-0.
It's up.
Popped him up. Pulliam has a play, and that's the first out of the inning. Coming to the plate now, Big A is one of those left-handed bats that really excels against right-handed pitching. Sees the ball well coming from that side. There's a swing and a drive hit well out to right field. Liriano going back on it to the track. On the warning track, he makes the catch. And here's the big left-handed bat of A.J. Reed.
Number 23, A.J. Reed.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. And he lays off for ball 1. Up in the zone for him, and he takes a called strike 2.
Pretty lucky to get away with that one. There's not a situation ever where you want to throw a high.
And we'll have to leave it there, as this is strike 3, and that. Here's Chris Owings now. He'll step in to lead it off in the top of the third.
Hey, we're still in the early stages in this one. They're only down by a couple of runs, but it's really key for this leadoff guy to try to get on and get a big inning started.
Strike 2.
Oh, that's for sure going to be a pitch he wants back. You're not going to get many balls right in the wheelhouse from a top-level arm like this.
And a breaking ball stays outside.
I have no issue wasting a pitch on 0-2 to try to get a guy to go fishing, but it has to be somewhat tempting. You're not going to get anyone to swing at a bat at that pitch.
Again, a 1-2. Missed with a breaking ball. The 2-2 one more time. Sent on the ground out to second. Gonzalez ranges to his right. Throw to first in time, and the leadoff man is gone to start the third. So coming to the plate, William Doe.
Third baseman.
And that's in there for strike 1. And there's ball 1. Astros still have yet to tally their first hit in this one. And that's high and off the plate, 2-1. On a good pitch there, had him stretching to get out there, and it's 2-2 now.
I think he'll be frustrated with himself about that swing. He was in a good hitter's count and ended up chasing one out of the zone. Now the count's even again.
The 2-2 is looked at, and the count moves full.
These last two guys are making him work quite a bit out there. Both have been long at bats, and all in all, he's had to make 13 throws just to them so far.
Simmons with the backhand. Throw on to first, 2 gone. So it's back to the top of the order now. And striding in, the speedy second baseman, Jose Altuve. And he'll look at a first pitch curveball that's in the dirt. It's ball 1. Ball 2.
That's a tough pitch to throw right there. That front door curveball just missed hitting that inside corner. That's a very difficult pitch. I'm not sure if he wanted to get that one down and away, and unfortunately that one stayed inside.
A strike, and it's 3-1. 2 out, nobody on. And it's up to a 3-2 full count now. And this misses for ball 4. The second walk he surrendered here in the first 3 innings.
Center field.
He's ready. Here's the first offering. Fastball off the plate away. It's ball one.
No doubt this is a steal situation right here. 2 outs and the leadoff hitter on first. This is the time you roll the dice. And
the right fielder is there to make the catch. Ready now, Darren Norman. He drew a walk his first time up.
Designated hitter, Darren Norman.
That's in there, and he's deep in the hole now, 0-2.
he's attacking this hitter a lot more aggressively than he did the first time when he faced him and issued a walk. Coming right after him here.
1 and 2.
That was a curveball that never really broke, stayed high.
Definitely not what you're trying to do here. 0-2 with a curveball. You see a lot of guys elevate a fastball like that in this situation, but a curve like that is just asking to get punished.
The 1-2 is taken for ball 2.
Well, one thing about him, he's an absolute grinder at the plate. You can pretty much count on him battling at the plate every chance he gets.
And he holds off on the breaking ball, so the count runs full. Aaron Judge is on deck. Now the payoff pitch home is taken, but called strike 3, as he might have gotten a little extra off the plate that time.
Well, no preferential treatment there. Sometimes we see great hitters have their calls go their way on close pitches, but not this time. I think that was actually a good take, but on 2 strikes, anything that close can go either way.
The right fielder, number 99.
So now it'll be the 4-hole hitter, Aaron Judge, looking to put the ball in play here. He went down on strikes in his first at-bat. 1-0 the count. Up around the face, Judge, who fittingly gets the nickname All Rise. He was a first-round pick back in the draft of 2013.
Yeah, Matty, they certainly got it right when they drafted this guy. He has turned himself into an absolute superstar. Everybody knows this guy's name, and kids are buying his jerseys.
He loses him on ball 4. Ready for another chance. Elmer Gonzalez. He's 0 for 1 thus far. Fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1. 1-0.
I wonder if that call not going his way right there has anything to do with walking the last guy. We all know umpires don't give you much on the corners if you're not throwing strikes consistently.
Big breaking ball and a beauty that time. 1-2.
This guy has been throwing the ball so well, and that's exactly why. He has such a feel for that secondary pitch. He can flip it over whenever he wants and get back in the count.
And he lays off a pitch off the plate and high. 3-2. Jeff Big A will be next. And he misses again here. It's ball 4. And that's back-to-back walks here with 1 away. Stepping in, Jeff Big A. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. He's set and the pitch. Now a swing and he pops him up. And I believe, yes, the umpire signaling for the infield fly rule. Stepping in and ready for another shot, A.J. Reed comes into this at-bat 0 for 1 in the ballgame. Fouled away. According to the career numbers on the back of his baseball card, Reed is slugging just a little over 400. Not a huge threat, but he can certainly square one up on occasion. Behind 0-2 now. Now the 0-2 pitch. That's lifted the other way out to left. Pyle waits on it. No trouble with this one, and the inning is over. Digging in, Chris Owings. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far. Line towards center field.
2-2-2.
And there's the first hit of the game for Houston.
Hey, so far it's been easy pickings for this pitcher. He's gone through this lineup almost unscathed. But right there, leadoff single. Middle part of the game. Let's see if he makes an adjustment before they do.
On to first, and they get the double play, but boy, was he ever upended at second base. So the Houston lineup turns over, and to the plate, Jose Altuve. It was a walk in his last trip. Curveball, and that misses in the dirt for ball one. Hard hit ball to second. To his left, Gonzalez. So they do get their first hit, but their first run will have. Here's George Springer to start things out in their half of the sixth as they look to shake things up here for a lineup that, quite frankly, has been non-existent to date.
No doubt about that, Matt. They've been completely overmatched to this point. One hit through 5 innings. I mean, what else can you say about the pitching they faced other than it's been fantastic? We'll see if that continues as we approach the later inning.
And a fastball way off target here, and it's even at 1. Popped him up. In there, a base hit.
Hey, eat it. Cut it right there.
Ready once again, Darren Norman. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up. No balls and 1 strike. No runs, 2 hits, and 2 errors thus far for the Astros. That's taken. Now it's 0-2.
One.
And it's first. But this will be a foul ball, and it's still 0-2. Here it comes, 0-2. And there's one well above the zone for a ball. Line drive to center field. And that's in there. Base hit.
No runner. Cut hold.
Hey, looks like they might have something brewing right here. That's back-to-back base runners after a few runs were scored in the inning before, too.
Yeah, Dan, I have to imagine your team throws up a crooked number. You want to go out there and throw a donut up, but they are putting some guys on base. This could get interesting.
0-1, here it comes. And he jumps at a changeup, a swing and a miss.
Now on 0-2, I don't think we're going to see any more hittable fastballs. If we see one at all, it'll probably be extended out of the zone, or at least that'll be the intent.
Got him swinging on the fastball there. Aaron Judge becomes the first out of the inning.
You hear that phrase, climb the ladder, all the time, and that's pretty much what he did right there. When you change the hitter's eye level with each pitch in that at-bat, it becomes very hard for him to adjust and put the bat on the ball. He made that strikeout look real easy.
Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 0-2 pitch. And a neck-high fastball that time.
Hey, I can understand why he wanted to elevate the fastball right there. This batter's eyes have been lit up since he stepped in the box. Let's see if he gets him fishing on something breaking in the dirt right here.
Here's another 1-2. Line hard to center field. Cheney is there now, and he has it. 2 gone.
Right there.
Stepping into the box, Jeff Big A. He flew out in his last at-bat. Right there for strike 1.
Balls up.
Popped up. Harper is there, and that retires the side. For him in his last trip.
Starting to run out of time. They haven't been able.
Now he spins on one here and drives it to deep right field. And trouble it is. It's down for extra bases. And he will coast into second with a leadoff double.
Here's the 4th hit of the game, and it's a good one. Puts a good swing on this thing, and it goes for a double. We'll see if they can build on it here.
Now batting.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Takes a fastball on the inside corner. A curveball that catches the inside corner.
I just think after seeing both those pitches right there, 96, you have to be on the fastball or you're not going to catch up. If you're sitting off speed, that fastball is going to blow right by you.
1 ball and 2 strikes to count. Reed leads off second with nobody out. And the fastball easy to lay off that time. 2-2.
Looked like he just tried to do too much with that fastball right there. He overthrew it a little bit. That's pretty much the case when you airmail a fastball like that.
3-2 now. The 3-2 pitch. Skied in the air to straightaway left. pile. Moves over. He's got it one away.
No runner.
And the runner, not tagging, will retreat to second base. Now at the plate, William Doe. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Swing and a liner. That's in there. Base hit. Reed rounds third and is digging for the plate. Safe at the plate. And they are now on the board, though still well behind.
Hey, there's still time left in this one, Dero. With that base hit here in the seventh inning, they're still trailing, but at least they've got a fighting chance.
Yeah, hopefully this offense, Dan, finds its focus now from the seventh inning on after that RBI knock right there, and they put together a bunch of good ABs.
A ball and a strike to Houston's leadoff batter. 1 run, 5 hits, and 2 errors thus far for the Astros. Oh, wild pitch, but the catcher is able to knock it down. And it's not in time as he's in well ahead of the throw. And forget about the double play now as he'll move up to second here on the wild pitch. Takes a look at one catching the outside corner. Right side hit hard. And that's through into right field for a base hit. And they won't risk it at third, so they're at the corners now with only 1 away.
Hey guys, I understand it right.
Your attention.
Now here comes the 11-4 at the end of this affair. The Angels took the lead in the second inning. Tuesday night baseball now from the Big A, Angel Stadium of Anaheim. Smokey, a right-hander from the Empire State, gets the starting assignment here. What do we need to know here, Danny?
Hey, this guy pitched really well in his last one to pick up a W in his last start when he got into the 7th inning. Let's see if he can make that 2 good, strong outings of 7+ innings back-to-back.
So, fellas, this Angels team entering play here tonight. Been a fairly decent start to the year, 3-2.
Stand, they're 3-2. I know they were expecting more, but they'd like to win this one here today and get that up to 4-2 on this homestand.
Yeah, this is a must-win.
That misses, says the home plate umpire. Here at first pitch. Oh, and the changeup is taken for a called 3rd strike, and the leadoff man is gone to begin the ball game. First offering on its way. On the ground down the first baseline. To his left, Vargas, and he'll take it onto the bag himself. 2 gone now here in the first. Standing in, Brian Ferrioli. First chance for him here in the top of the first with nobody on. In there, strike 1. Smokey has both great strikeout stuff and exceptional command on the mound to go with it. A rare combination, but one that makes him one of the best in our sport.
Matty V, you talked about it. He doesn't walk a whole lot of guys. Well, if you don't walk a lot of guys, that means you have to throw the ball in the strike zone. And when you do with great stuff like this guy has, he racks up the strikeouts. There aren't a lot of guys that get strikeouts by throwing the ball in the strike zone. This is one of the few that does it.
Top of the first, just underway here at Angel Stadium. This is in the air out to straightaway center. Cheney has a play. He makes the play, and that'll end the inning. Mariners are down in order. Next in at the plate is Ryan Healy. He, of course, the most valuable player in last summer's All-Star game. And he'll start the inning with a pitch that misses off the plate. It's ball one. Hit in the air down the right field line. But this is going to wind up a foul ball. Now the 1-1 pitch. And it's fouled away. He'll try again. 1-2. Breaking ball there is down. Good job of laying off. It's back to 2-2.
Well, that's what you want from your curveball on 1 and 2. You start it in the zone and let it break out of the zone where it can't be punished. Didn't get him to go after it, but the execution was nice.
And he's getting his money's worth up there now. It's full 3-2. Jock Peterson will be next. There's a swing and a high deep drive headed for the right field corner. Nearly a big fly to start the inning. Instead, a foul ball. Oh, and he lets him off the hook there, as this isn't even close for ball 4.
I know one thing. He earned that free pass right there. He was tempted with some really good pitches, but he stayed disciplined and drew the walk.
This one over to first. And the Mariners have themselves their first base hit. And that runner will go no further than second, as there are 2 aboard now.
Boy, that's one of the, I guess, the advantages of hitting with that hole between first and second base, D-Roll. First baseman has to hold that runner on. That leaves that right side wide open.
Yeah, and credit the batter right there. Nice piece of hitting right there. Not trying to do too much. He took a look at the defense and saw where it was aligned and tried to beat him.
That's lifted the other way out to left. Gonzalez is there.
4-4-4.
1 down. Oh, and the throw back in is a wild one.
Hey, no runner, no runner.
And surprisingly, both runners able to advance 90 feet. Second and third now with only 1 away.
Here's how the Halos are going to line up on defense. And let's take a look at Andrelton Simmons. You can argue this is the best defender in all the sport. Range, first step, quickness, whatever you want to throw out there. This is one of the best in the game.
Hit hard on the ground towards second. And that's through into right field for a base hit. And they're going to take a 1-0 lead as the run comes across to score.
Boy, that has to feel good as a hitter, D-Roll. You get that base hit to give your team the lead. You have to feel good when you get down to first base.
Yeah, it's just a nice approach. You see him turn to his boys right there and get fired up with the dugout. 100%, not trying to do too much, able to quiet the moment down, center himself, and come through in a big spot.
1-1. Misses, ball 2.
Great chance right here as a hitter to be aggressive. You can pretty much count on a pitcher. He's trying to get back in the strike zone. And with 2 guys on base right here, it's time to grip it and rip it.
In there, 2-2.
With 2 strikes now and a runner at first, do you go for the strikeout, or you're still looking for the double play ball?
Well, Matt, I think a lot of that depends on the type of pitcher that you are.
And we'll have to leave it there as the play is made here to end the inning. Digging in, Carlton Keenan, and he'll start out their half of the third, top of the order to follow. The windup and the 0-1. Little dribbler up the third baseline. Throw to first in time, and the leadoff man is gone to start the third. Digging in now for the Mariners, Michael Tolbert, 0 for 1 here in the early going. And a layoff fastball here in a good spot, but ruled the ball 1-0. And that one stayed too low, apparently. Tolbert just rakes left-handed pitching. There's no real way to dispute that. However, he's not nearly as proficient when facing pitching from the right side. Now the 2-1 pitch. Taken, strike 2.
So far in this game, he's the only guy in the lineup that's gone down on strikes.
Yeah, and he might strike out for a second time right here.
Very weakly on the ground. That rolls foul, so a good job to fight it off and stay alive. And he's getting his money's worth up there now. It's full 3-2.
Looked like he tried to elevate a fastball on that 2-2 pitch there, but kind of overdid it. With a pitch that high, it's pretty easy to lay off if you're the hitter.
This is in the air to right. Liriano is in his tracks now, and he's got it for out number 2. To the plate now is the designated hitter, Edgar Navarro. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time. No balls and a strike to count. And there's one well above the zone for a ball.
That curveball stayed up in the zone. You'll see that often early in the game where a pitcher's trying to
snags it out of midair, and that ends the leading off the inning, Brian Ferrioli, as they'll look to get something going here and even this game up. Now here it comes. Behind 0-2 now. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. Curveball that time, not even close. And a neck-high fastball that time.
That's a good take on that fastball there. You know he's looking for something up there to drive, but that was just a little above his happy zone. Not everyone has the discipline to hold back on those.
Ready with another 2-2. And whoop, this pitch sails right by his back. Bad spot that time. It's ball 3.
And obviously this guy's a double threat up there. He can run and he can go yard too. You don't want to walk him because he might steal a base on you, but you don't want to groove a fastball either because he could take you out of the yard.
Count remains full. And a check swing here, but the bat clearly breaks the plane as he's set down for the first out.
A lot of indecision there on that check swing, and that's something you see quite a lot on 3 and 2. When the difference between striking out and drawing a walk can be an inch or two, it's pretty understandable why guys aren't always aggressive with their swings.
Gonzalez is right there as he'll put it away without much problem for the second out. At the plate, Jock Peterson. He singled his last time up. Watches a fastball right there for strike 1.
Hey, 2 outs, nobody on, and a power hitter up. This is where, as a pitcher, you got to use the hitter's aggression against him. Get him to fish a little bit. Something a little more out of the zone than normal.
He's ready. Here's the 0-2 pitch. And a changeup here, but that's taken low in the dirt for a ball. A swing and a miss as he chased with 2 strikes, and that will retire the side. 1-2-3 go the Mariners. Digging in to try it again, Roberto Hernandez. He flew out in his last at-bat. Infield shifted well to the right. Here's the first pitch. And he gets ahead here with the fastball, strike 1.
You know, Matty, when I first broke into the league, you wouldn't see that high heater first pitch right out of the gate. But I think there's been a change in philosophy here. Back in the late 90s, early 2000s, guys wanted to attack you more east-west, get you leaning left-right. Now you're seeing guys attack in the philosophy more north-south. Just with launch angles and exit velocities, I think guys are afraid to throw that sinking fastball for fear that guys are just going to run their barrel into it. Not the case with the high fastball.
The 1-2. And he fouls this one off. The 1-2.
Straight up.
Fouled off.
Straight up.
Here he comes again, 1-2. And he'll lay off the curveball that's in the dirt that time, and it's back to even now at 2-2.
After multiple pitches were fouled off, it gets a little disappointing as a pitcher. So you think, say, I'm going to throw one way off the plate and see if he'll chase it. Didn't happen.
And good patience to hold back on the curveball in the dirt. It's full now, 3-2.
Hey, this has been an epic at-bat right here. I don't blame the pitcher for a little nibbling right there. Maybe get a swing and a miss. He didn't bite on that one, so now we go full count.
Ground ball sent back up the middle. And the 5th inning will start with a ground out, 1 away. So digging in now, Cameron Perkins. He reached on a single in his first try.
Cameron Perkins.
Breaking ball taken right down the middle. Fastball misses inside. It's even at 1. 5th inning, 2-1 our score. A ball and 2 strikes now. To 2 balls and 2 strikes now. And this is swung on and missed, so it's 2 up, 2 down to start the 5th. Standing in, Andreas Zamora.
Up next for Seattle, catcher Andreas Zamora.
Here's the first pitch to him. And that one stayed too low, apparently. Takes a fastball on the inside corner. One and 2 now as that one's fouled off. Curveball locks him up, strike 3, and that's the 3rd out. Mariners coming to the plate now, Carlton Keenan. He'll start things out in the 6th for a lineup that really hasn't found its groove in this one.
Yeah, only 2 hits so far, Matt, and not very many hard hit balls either. We'll see if they can start making some adjustments.
Into the windup, here comes the 0-1. Missed with a breaking ball. And the 1-1 is in the air now, out to center. Calling for it, Cheney. And he hauls it in for the first out of the inning. Digging in now, Michael Tolbert.
Now batting,
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes.
Michael
Takes a knee-high fastball.
You know, guys, sometimes guys don't like pulling the trigger 0-0. They want to see something go by, calibrate the speed, calibrate the brake, and then make their adjustments off that. Maybe that's the case right here.
Here's the 1-1. The breaking ball that time in for a strike.
That's how you open up the outside part of the plate. Pound 2 balls in, and then get right back outside. Nice pitch.
And here's a changeup in there for a called 3rd strike, and that's the 2nd out of the inning.
I think we're starting to see the frustration mount from this offense. It's been a pretty dominant performance on the mound, and these hitters have had no answer for anything he's throwing. That will wear on you if it lasts throughout most of the game like it has here.
And this will get through into right, and he's aboard with a single.
Boy, D-Row, the pitch count keeps climbing and climbing and climbing, and this is another example of they're really making this guy work in this one.
Yeah, that's the grind right here. You put your hard hat on, you try and find a way to get into that bullpen.
Brian Ferrioli stands in for the 3rd time now as he takes a look at a ball. It's 1-0. Oh, and they botch this one as it drops in the infield. So stepping in, Ryan Healy, as he'll look to bring home that tying run from second with a base hit into the outfield. Fastball that gets the inside corner, strike 1. Trying to hold the lead. Here's the delivery. Change up, and he ain't buying it. 1-2.
That's a great take right there. You knew the pitcher was going to try and expand the zone. 0-2 in a big spot, and he was able to spit on that one. Hopefully get something in the heart of the plate this pitch.
And the 2-out threat will not come to pass as the inning is over. Here's Jock Peterson now. 1 for 2. He singled and struck out in 2 trips.
Even though we're moving into the back end of this game, they're only down by a couple of runs. You know that old slogan, a bloop and a blast? They could certainly use that right now.
Tying run stands on deck, but it'll only matter if the guy in the box can get on base.
Yeah, and that has to be his mentality at the plate right now, Matt. He can't be the hero, so he needs to do what he can to give the guy behind him a chance to be the guy.
Toward the gap in right center. This is going to be a base hit, and he may take that big turn at first. The throw into second, and the Mariners have something going right away. It's a leadoff double.
That's what you call a clutch piece of hitting. Down 2 runs, he puts himself in scoring position and brings the tying run to the plate. We'll see what they do with the base open here. This one's getting interesting.
Fastball in there for a called strike. Peterson stands at second with no outs. Tries to shave the corner with that pitch, but it's 1-1. And he's keeping it down here, and that's a called strike 2. Up around the face.
Looked like he just tried to do too much with that fastball right there. He overthrew it a little bit. That's pretty much the case when you airmail a fastball like that.
Curveball, and he buckled him, but it's full 3-2. Well, pitch count will become a factor here in the 7th. He's about to hit 100 for the game.
Yeah, Matty B, that magic number in today's game is about 100 pitches, and this next pitch will be pitch number 100. Dero, he's been sailing along pretty easily so far in this one.
Yeah, he's given him some serious depth in this one. For him to get into the 7th inning allows...
This ball's down, and that could bring in a run. Peterson rounds the corner and is headed home. He comes across to score, and the deficit is down to only 1 now.
Back-to-back doubles now, and that's a great...
And tonight's 1-run game comes to an end, 6-5, the final. Los Angeles.
A coach presses a player to keep raising the bar on the development of his signature skills.
MLB Network's coverage of Major League Baseball is on the air. Today, the 3rd and final game in this 3-game series between the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim and the... In now, Jose Altuve. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the 1st.
Second baseman.
And a fastball's in there for strike 1. These Angels, as they enter play here this afternoon, fellas, fortune has been smiling on them recently. They're unbeaten in their last 7 games.
You know, Matty, the season's such a grind, and you fight so hard. To get on a roll where you win 7 in a row, a week of everything coming together, that's a special feeling.
Ready on 1-2. Fastball stays way up that time for ball 2. And he takes strike 3 called on the fastball. 1 gone. Time now for a quick look at the hometown Astros starting lineup. Who are you focused on, Dan Plesac?
Matty, they have to be very pleased with A.J. Reed right now. He's the team leader in home runs, so he's having a nice year so far. It's always a good feeling when you can lead your team in a category like home runs. I'm sure he takes a lot of pride in that.
Into the box now, Darren Norman. No one aboard for him, and 2 gone here in the 1st. Nowhere close with the fastball to begin the at-bat. It's ball one. And set up working the plate is Larry Bullard, as you see the rest of our umpiring crew there.
Hey, behind the dish, D-Roll, Larry Bullard. Pretty standard guy, works it. The only problem, I think, at times, hitters have a little bit difficult time. He'll give a little bit on that inside corner and outside corner. Not very consistent.
Yeah, but Larry's approachable. That's the one thing. If you turn around and say, is that as far as you're going on the outer half, he's usually going to tell you.
Into the corner and slicing foul. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Strike 3 called, and the inning is over. So they go down with. Here's big Aaron Judge. He's ready for his first at-bat of this early season contest. In there for strike 1.
Oh, that's for sure going to be a pitch he wants back. You're not going to get many balls right in the wheelhouse from a top-level arm like this.
Now a fastball here, not close, and it's 1-1 now.
That's a good take on that fastball there. You know he's looking for something up there to drive, but that was just a little above his happy zone. Not everyone has the discipline to hold back on those.
But right there to glove it is the shortstop for the first out. Now in the box, Elmer Gonzalez. Yesterday he really carried the team as he drove in 3 of the team's 4 runs. And that misses 1-1. Swing and a miss on the changeup, and there are 2 gone. Set to get his day started, Jeff Bigay, and it's been a real struggle for him with the bat so far this year, looking to get things turned around in a hurry. And he gets ahead 0-1.
Hey, there's no waiting around trying to work this guy into deep counts and get into the bullpen. This is a mid-90s fastball guy who loves that pitch and is aggressive and comes right at you. I would assume the offense is going to have a similar approach.
Swinging a soft liner, and this will be pulled in easily for the final out of the inning. 1, 2, 3 go. A beautiful day here. And here's the big left-handed bat of A.J. Reed. He's ready for his first at-bat of this early season contest. And here's a fastball called for strike 1. Late decision to swing that time, and as a result, it's 0-2.
Man, when you're struggling at the plate, that pitcher smells blood in the water. He's coming right after you, trying to end it quick.
Now a swing and a chopper foul right at home plate. The 0-2 once more is taken. That's ball 1. That's high for a ball. It's 2-2.
Well, 2 straight fastballs inside haven't put him away. So now it'll be interesting to see what he turns to.
Now a swing and a miss as he picks up another one. Make it 4 strikeouts already, and there's your first out. And now a pitch on the way. Hit the other way out toward right field. Liriano moves over. He hauls it in without any trouble, and there are 2 away. Set to get his day started, William Doe, and it's been a real struggle for him with the bat so far this year, looking to get things turned around in a hurry. The windup and the 0-1. Now a swing and a deep drive to left. Into the Crawford boxes and gone. Here's the second baseman, Jose Altuve. Looks at a fastball that's in there for strike 1. 0-for-1 here in the early going. A ball and a strike to Houston's leadoff batter. A 1-1. It's a fastball that misses. Lifted in the air out towards left center. Cheney is there, and he'll make the catch to retire the side. Here's George Springer. So far, 0 for 1 with a flyout. Just a bit high that time as he misses for a ball.
Springer.
Springer swings the bat and throws from the right side and stands at 6'3". He was selected in the first round back in 2011.
Yeah, Matty, they certainly got it right when they drafted this guy. He has turned himself into an absolute superstar. Everybody knows this guy's name, and kids are buying his jerseys.
Fly ball out toward left center field. And that gets down, and we'll see if that's... And he is into second base with a leadoff double.
There's no question he's been struggling at the dish lately, trying to do anything to get himself going. So he's got to feel pretty good after that double. Not to take anything away from him, but I think I could have probably hit that pitch.
Yeah, that's one of those gift pitches, not the look. Oh, hold on. What a stop. He beat it out. That was a big-time stab. There was just too much speed getting down the line. So here's the Astros cleanup hitter, Aaron Judge. Hit it hard but lined out in his first at-bat. 1 ball, no strikes the count. And a good heater as he just watches this baby, a ball and a strike. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike.
Great chance right here as a hitter to be aggressive. You can pretty much count on a pitcher. He's trying to get back in the strike zone. And with 2 guys on base right here, it's time to grip it and rip it.
Here now the 2-2 is looked at, and the count moves full.
Looked like he tried to elevate a fastball on that 2-2 pitch there, but kind of overdid it. With a pitch that high, it's pretty easy to lay off if you're the hitter.
Another payoff pitch. Again, he sends it out of play. And he can only battle for so long as he's finally set down here after an 8-pitch at-bat. Stepping into the box, Elmer Gonzalez. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up. First pitch fastball off the plate there, and it's ball 1. And flirting with danger on a changeup that missed high for a ball. 2-0 count, and the pitch. Hit hard but fouled off toward the dugout. The 2-1 home. Strike 2 swinging. Springer over at second. Norman at first. 1 gone. Smoked on the ground up the middle. A dive, but he can't get it. It's through into the outfield. And he is in there. And that'll score the run from second as they jump in front now 2-1.
Boy, that has to feel good as a hitter, D-Roy. You get that base hit to give your team the lead. You have to feel good when you get down to first base.
Yeah, it's just a nice approach. You see him turn to his boys right there and get fired up with the dugout. 100%, not trying to do too much, able to quiet the moment down, center himself, and come through in a big spot.
Base hit, and that'll get a run in. And here's the big left-handed bat of A.J. Reed. He's 0 for 1 thus far. Strike 1 to start the at-bat. This is hit the other way out toward left field. Heil has a play, and that's the second out of the inning. Here's Chris Owings now. Comes into this at-bat 0 for 1 in the ballgame. Fastball too high to start him out here 1-0. Looking at his lifetime numbers, Owings is exactly a .260 hitter.
You know, I think this is a big situation in this game. They've got to lead by a couple of runs, but they don't want to look back on this inning when this one's over and think that they left some.
And the catcher grabs it to retire the side. The inning is over. So it's 2 runs on 4 base hits. Into the box now, William Doe. He went deep in his first at-bat. We'll see what he's got in store for us here. 1 ball, no strikes to count. Now the 1-0. Popped him up. And that'll get down for a base hit. So the leadoff man reaches in their half of the 5th.
Beggars can't be choosers right there. We love those lawn darts. Doesn't matter how they come. Jammed off the end of the bat, doesn't matter.
0-1 the count. Runner aboard at first with nobody out in a 3-3 tie. And this is pop foul, but perhaps playable behind first. And that'll slice just foul at the last moment. Now a changeup locks him up as he looks at strike 3 called. 1 away.
Flat out locked him up with the changeup right there. Usually you're trying for a swing and miss when you throw that pitch in a 2-strike count, but clearly he wasn't looking for it, so it's a backwards K for him.
Cheney is there to put it away, and the runner will be forced to retreat back to first. Striding forward now is the DH, Darren Norman. And that one right down Main Street.
You know, if I'm the hitter right here, I'm like, okay, you want to come get some early in the count? I was about to wait you out, but now game on.
Cheney will get there, and he puts it away to retire the side. 1 left for Houston. 5 innings complete, all tied 3-3. Here's big Aaron Judge. It's been an 0-for-2 effort for him to this point. And this pitch is taken on the inner half for strike 1. And this misses the outside corner, so it's knotted up at 1-1. The 1-1. Makes him swing and miss on a ball out of the zone for strike 2. And a step off. Trying to send him packing for the second time. And a good take there. Close, but it's 2-2. Fouled away. Here's another 2-2. And it's fouled away. Full count. 3-2.
You can certainly tell at bats like this one frustrate the heck out of a pitcher. But you got to find a way to stay composed and execute your plan.
Now a swing and a deep drive to left, and it ain't coming back. It's up and out of here into the archway.
Yeah, everyone in the stadium, including the guy in the mound, knew it was just a matter of time until this guy cranked one out of here. Well, that's the first one of the year, and many more are sure to follow.
1-0 the count. Hit on the ground to third. Sierra loves it. On to first, so a good bounce back pitch there as he gets the ground ball for the first out. First offering on its way. Lays off 1-0. Downstairs, 2 balls and no strikes.
This offense is absolutely feasting on these count leverage situations. If he's going to have any chance of feeling good about his effort tonight, this pitcher has got to get back in the strike zone. Count leverage right there, sitting dead red fastball, and he didn't miss it. Nice swing right there, driving it into the outfield for a knock.
1 ball, no strikes to count. Pulled high in the air out to right field. Liriano is there. He hauls it in without any trouble, and there are 2 away.
No run.
Striding into the box, Chris Owings. In his last at-bat, he popped out in foul ground. 1 ball, no strikes to count. Big A leads off first with a pair of outs in the inning. And this winds up inside for a ball. 2-0 now.
Well, here's a guy we know is swinging it pretty well at the plate lately, and based on those last 2 pitches, I think I know why. He's doing a great job of putting himself in counts where he's likely to be successful.
Astros shortstop in front with a 3-1 count. The 3-1 pitch. And this pitch misses for ball 4. So that's going to move a runner into scoring position now with 2 away.
Well, maybe a little bit of a problem is they had to wind up going to that bullpen quite a bit.
Now on a Sunday afternoon in Northern California, MLB Network has baseball from the Oakland Coliseum. Tyler Anderson gets the assignment for the rubber match in this series. Dan Plesac, what's the word on him?
Yeah, Matt, his last start wasn't a particularly good one. Lasted 5 innings and ended up taking the loss. He's a much better pitcher than that, and I think he's looking to at least, hopefully, pitch into the 6th or 7th inning in this one.
These Angels as they enter play here this afternoon, fellas.
To get on a mini winning streak here, losing the first game of this series, winning game 2, and hopefully winning this series by pulling one out here today.
Yeah, Dan, they were able to shower that first loss off in the first game of this series and had a nice bounce-back game yesterday. Let's see if they can steal the series right here.
Richie Perez is at the plate as he takes a cold strike 1. Set up away with the changeup, but it's 1-1. Frazier on at first, nobody out. Hit hard down the first baseline. A dive, but he can't knock it down. It's through for a base hit. And now they'll have runners at the corners to start off the inning.
It's so important, Mark, to start to make quality pitches, and if you don't, this is what can happen. 2 batters, 2 base hits, first and third, nobody out.
Yeah, and you just got to prepare yourself as an offensive player. You're just trying to get the runner in from third. You can't worry about creating a monster inning.
Oh, that ball comes in and gets him.
As a manager, you never really want to put a man on by a hit by pitch, but you absolutely hate to have it happen when it loads the bases. Now the pitcher is looking a little shaky, and the threat of a big inning is very real.
Now a hard liner. Foul. Bases loaded here, nobody out. Swung on and missed. 1-2 now. With 2 strikes.
This is a great spot to be in as a pitcher. You have 2 strikes, you can bury one for a potential strikeout, and at worst, keep the ball down in the zone. You might be able to turn one pitch into an ending double play.
Needs a punch out here. Can he get it? Not on that one as it's fouled away, and the count holds at 1-2. Not just yet. It's ball 2.
Well, this is just one of those grinder at bats right here.
Oh, and he struck him out. A big strikeout there with the bases loaded, and that's the first out of the inning. And that brings up Chad Pinder. He went hitless last night in a game where his guys could push across only 1 score. No balls and a strike to count. God, he looks like he's toying with him here. It's 0-2.
Boy, I love the way he's competing out there on the mound right now. He's got a chance to rack back-to-back Ks with 2 runners in scoring position. He's not giving in at all.
To 2 balls and 2 strikes now.
All right, no more hoping he's going to chase. It's 2-2 now. You've got a best pitch right here because this.
Meanwhile, this ball gets down. It's a base hit. The run is in to score, and they take an early 1-0 lead.
Boy, that has to feel good as a hitter, D-Roy. You get that base hit to give your team the lead. You have to feel good when you get down to first base.
Yeah, it's just a nice approach. You see him turn to his boys right there and get fired up with the dugout. 100%, not trying to do too much, able to quiet the moment down, center himself, and come through in a big spot.
And a strike 3 called. My gracious, what a pitch with the bases loaded, and there are 2 away now. First pitch on its way. And that misses ball 1.
I think this inning could have far-reaching effects in this game. They're really making him work, and unless he dials it in, it's probably going to limit how deep he goes into this game.
No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike.
Well, when the pressure starts to intensify, it often feels like the strike zone gets harder and harder to hit. This is a big spot here.
Perez at third, Crawford at second, Pinder at first, 2 out in the inning. Now this is on the ground to second. Is he going to get out of this? He is. They get the force at second base, and the inning is over. The sight. Now at the plate, Edmundo Castro. He did not play last night, but clearly back in the starting 9 for this one. Here's the first pitch to him. And that misses for ball 1. 2-0 the count to the A's left fielder. Castro is a very well-regarded defensive outfielder. Used to be that fielders were mostly by the eyeball test and simple stats like fielding percentage, but of course these days there are many more advanced ways that help determine a guy's work in the field, and in his case he shines in many ways.
You know, Matty, for me, I think he does pass the eyeball test. I know you have to look at all the numbers and the analytics to really appreciate a ball player like this, but man, does he come to work every day and play hard.
Popped him up. Simmons over to his right. 2 gone. Now the A's designated hitter, Adam Frazier. Here comes the first pitch. Lifted the other way down the left field line. And this will wind up a foul ball. The windup and the 0-1. Oh, he looked like a caveman swinging a club on that one. It's 0-2 now.
Well, they got to him in the first inning, which is huge, but he looks a lot more settled into this ball game right now. He's not the kind of pitcher you want to let get into a groove out there.
Now a check swing, but that's in there for strike 3 anyway, and the inning is. Welcome back to Oakland. Into the box, Richie Perez. He singled his last time up. And that's taken for strike 1.
Hey, I don't blame him right there, giving up on that inside curveball, little front hipper. That's a tough pitch. You just can't figure out where the point of contact should be.
Crowds him a bit with a fastball there, and it's to 1-1. And now a curveball that's low and in the dirt for a ball. It's 2-1. Fastball is looked at for strike 2. Fastball called, strike 3, and there's the first out of the inning. And that'll bring in J.P. Crawford, who was plunked with a pitch in his first trip to the plate. Hey now. Bases are empty, 1 man out. And he takes a cold strike 1. And that's high and off the plate, 2-1. Fly ball right down the line in left. Pyle on the move, and no one will track it down. Here now the 2-2. Is a wave and a miss. He struck him out. And here's Renato Nunez. First 2 men in the inning have both gone down via the punch out, so we'll see if he can fare any better. 4-1. This is line to left. Pyle is there, and he'll make the catch to retire this. And that brings up Chad Pinder. He starts the inning, and Dan, they're down 6 in the early going, so what do they need to do to claw back into this thing?
Well, first of all, Matt, I think they need to start to get some base runners. It's hard to be patient when you're down by 6, but base runners are the key to getting back into this one.
1 ball, 1 strike to count. Now the 1-1 pitch is looked at off the plate for a ball. And he fouls this one off. Here now the 2-2 is laid off, and the count runs full. Skied in the air to straightaway left. Pyle is there. 1 away. Next up for the A's, Bruce Maxwell, 0 for 1 after he took a look at strike 3 in his first plate appearance. Maxwell, 33 years old. His contract is set to expire at the end of this season, so he may end up hitting the market this winter.
You know, Matty, I know he's in the final year of his contract, but he's playing to expectations, to be honest with you. I know he wants to turn it up a little bit, though, as he approaches the end of the season and make that salary push as he heads towards free agency again.
swinging a ball line down in the left field corner.
But no one gets to this one as it lands in the home bullpen. A foul ball.
The 1-2. Hard hit ball to short. Taken in by Simmons. And that's the second out. At the plate, Boog Powell. First pitch coming. Here it is. And a neck-high fastball that time. Hit out towards second. Throw to first in plenty of time, and the side is retired. Settling in now, Edmundo Castro. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time. And he starts him out with a strike on the outer half. And now a curveball that bounces up to the plate. It's 1-1. Pulls this one into the air out into right field. Liriano coasts under it. 1 out. So striding in, Keith Stefanelli. He flew out in his last at bat. The fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1. 1-0.
There's not too many umpires in the game that are going to ring that first strike right there. That was borderline up, even though it was in the zone.
Pyle is going to get there as he backs up to put it away, and there are 2 gone now. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. This is round over to first. Vargas is up with it, and he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning. Stepping in, Richie Perez. And through 5 turns at bat, they've only mustered a total of 3 hits. Not terrible, but they're certainly not firing on all cylinders.
Well, it's getting a little bit too late in this game, but this continues like this. In today's game, with so many dominant bullpen arms, you certainly don't want to wait until the 8th or 9th to try to wake the bats up.
Nobody.
I'm shocked he got to that pitch right there. In today's game of loading up, leg kicks, toe taps, dropping the hands, trying to create launch angle, that high heater usually gets by.
J.P. Crawford is the batter now as he looks at a ball 1-0. The 1-0. Lifted down the line in left. And no one will track it down. Perez aboard here at first with nobody out. Tries to change up on him there, but it's a ball. 2-1. Base hit, line drive into the corner.
Relay. Hit me a 3.
And they've really got something going here. Runners at second and third to start the inning.
Well, they've been struggling at the dish all game long, so stringing 2 hits back-to-back, one of them for extras, is a sign that they've got some life in them. We'll see if they can cash in here.
Called strike at the letters, 0-1. He's hitless in his 2 at-bats so far. A ball and a strike.
If you're going to have success against some of the better hitters in the game, you've got to get that pitch right there. 0-2, he's almost certainly out. 1-1, he's got a chance to really do some damage.
And a strike. Threw him a breaking ball that time. 2-2. Runners at second and third here. Nobody out. And that misses there, so he runs the count full now.
With the infield back and a runner at third, he's definitely pitching for a strikeout or maybe something like a harmless pop-up. You could see it from that high fastball, but that was just a good job of laying off that pitch.
Stepping up now, Chad Pinder. His line includes a single and a fly ball in 2 at-bats thus far. Here comes the first pitch. Comes right after him with a fastball for a strike. And there's one well above the zone for a ball.
Looked like he just tried to do too much with that fastball right there. He overthrew it a little bit. That's pretty much the case when you airmail a fastball like that.
1 run, 5 hits, and no errors in the ballgame for the A's so far. Lofted in the air out toward right center. Catch made here in medium deep right center, and the runner's breaking from third. And he will get in to score, and it's a run batted in on the sacrifice fly. He's set. Here it comes. Grounded, foul. Nothing in 1 count. Here it comes. Another one fouled off, and he's quickly behind 0-2. Popped him up. Pulliam on the move. Makes the catch, and that'll retire the side. So that'll bring in the outfielder, Boog Powell. First pitch of the at-bat.
It doesn't look very promising so far in this one as we move into the later innings. Down by a bundle, it's time to get some base runners and hopefully a long ball to get them back into this one.
Hard hit towards center, and a diving effort in center, but it's going to skip right on by him. Around second, he's on his way to third. Throw won't get him.
Even the best center fielders make mistakes once in a while, and that's definitely the case here. He totally misplays it, and by the time he recovers, no chance of keeping him from ending up at third.
No balls and 1 strike. Now he'll step off. High and deep to center field. Cheney ranging back at the track. On the warning track, he makes the catch. Notch 1 in the score column as the runner from third crosses the plate. Ready for another shot now. Keith Stefanelli. Bases empty and 1 away following the sac fly. Strike 1 to start the at-bat. Here comes the 0-1. And he gripped that one a bit too tightly as it broke down and just about got him. Popped him up. Harper is under it. And that's the second out of the inning. So the batting order turns over now and set to go Adam Frazier. He was retired via the ground ball last time up. And he lays off there 1-0. Pulled toward right center field. Cheney sprinting after it. He's got it. A great running play, and that'll retire. Mauricio Cabrera is into the ball. 14-3 is the final score in this one. The Halos.
This manager is hoping to stoke the competitive fire of his pitchers.
Saturday night baseball now from Southern California. Smokey, a right-hander from the Empire State, gets the starting assignment here. Dan Plesac, what do you got?
Hey, one of the keys to this guy is throwing strikes. He's not a big strikeout pitcher, only averages less than 7 strikeouts per 9 innings pitched. So he's more of a pitch-to-contact guy, and you'll know if he's on early. He needs to get quick outs early in counts.
Not a bad night to bring the parka along. 54 degrees at game time. 2 balls and a strike to the Orioles leadoff hitter.
Up.
Fouled off. Ball 3. 3-2 now.
Good pitch, and I think
heading out towards shallow right. Under this is Liriano, and Reimer's got it for the first out. And now the starting lineup for the visiting Baltimore Orioles. Danny, any thoughts?
Well, I'm looking for a big performance from Nolan Arenado. He's hit over 400 in his last 10 games, and his team, they are really relying on him. He knows he's hot. His teammates know that he's hot, and you can bet the opposing pitcher, he knows he's hot too.
And this is high, a ball and a strike. One out, nobody on. And this one's up around the eyes, 2-1. Hit the other way out toward right field. There for this one is Liriano, and there are 2 away. And now here's the versatile outfielder Albert Almora Jr. First chance for him here in the top of the first with nobody on. He's ready. Here's the first offering. A high fastball is in there. On the screws to shortstop, but caught to retire the side. Next will be the cleanup hitter, David Dahl. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. A fastball right down the middle for a strike.
Snuck that high hard one by him without a swing, but that's a pitch and location he can do a lot of damage with. Got to be careful doing that.
And it's 1-1. Two and 1 to David Dahl.
That's a good take on that fastball there. You know he's looking for something up there to drive, but that was just a little above his happy zone. Not everyone has the discipline to hold back on those.
The 2-2. Hit on the ground toward the left. Pulliam is right there. Throw to first will be in time, and there's one gone here to start the second.
Here's how the Halos are going to line up on defense. And let's take a look at Andrelton Simmons. You can argue this is the best defender in all the sport. Range, first step, quickness, whatever you want to throw out there. This is one of the best in the game.
Comes back with a fastball up and away that swung on and missed. 0-2.
Every time you go out there to start a game on the mound, you hope to settle in quickly and get in.
Hit high and deep out to straightaway left. And he will run this one down. A good read off the bat for the second out. First offering on its way. Arenado swings, and this one is crushed out to left field. Kyle going back to the track, and he makes a nice catch on the track as that ends the inning. And that'll bring up Ben Gamble. The average just a few ticks shy of 300 for the season, so perhaps a hit or two in this one could put him up over the top. Smoked on the ground left side, and the Orioles have their first hit of the game.
Hey, that was a well-executed pitch down and away. Sometimes you got to tip your hat to the offense. That's a nice piece of hitting. Maybe not what he was looking for, but the result was there.
And a ball, 1-0. And he misses low with it, 2-0. Anderson makes a lot of great contact against left-handed pitching, perhaps one of the best in the game in that regard, but he does have his warts against right-handers at times. Just not as proficient at putting the ball in play when it's coming from that side. That misses. So a single and a walk, and it's first and second with nobody out. First offering on its way. 0-1 the count.
This is one of those classic bunt situations here, but it's not a given anymore like it used to be, and that's the case even more so in the American League.
And he misses with it, 1-1. A bouncer to the left side. He's right there. There's one on to first, and they get them both. Ready now for Baltimore, Ronald Calzado, as he's got a chance to tie this ball game up with that equalizing run just 90 feet away at third. Gonzalez is there, and he puts this one away for the third out. So a great job there of working out a potential trouble. One in now for the O's, Alberto Estrella, 0 for 1 for him here in this one.
Lots of baseball left in this one as we're still early on, but you don't want to fall too far behind. They're already down by a bundle, and one of the things you want your leadoff guy to get on and set the table for the big boys to start driving in some runs.
Line toward the gap in left center, and that finds some outfield grass. It's a base hit.
Dan, after that base hit right there, he's got a 6-game hitting streak going.
You know what? And this could lead him on to some bigger and better things right here. He's been swinging the bat pretty well, and he's been rewarded for it, as you talked about. 6-game hitting streak so far.
Kyle will settle under it to make the play for the first out, as the runner will have to head back to first. So here's the cleanup hitter, David Dahl. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time. And he takes ball one. Dahl, 30 years of age. He's a 9-year major league vet. This one's smoked the other way, high and deep to left. Out of here. She was a wall scraper, but it counts just the same. A home run.
Well, he hit a homer last night, too, so it's obvious that he's in a groove right now. My advice to this staff, don't give him anything he can extend his arms on. You do, and he's going to make you pay for it just like he did.
Off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike. And he takes a called strike 2.
Hey, that's a well-executed fastball right there at the bottom of the zone. If he stays there all day, it's going to make for a long day for the offense. Unless they're willing to bend their legs and get down and create some different launch angle, he's on point right now.
Pulliam is over now, and he's got it for route number 2. Here's Nolan Arenado. Flied out in his first at-bat, so making 0 for 1 so far. A fastball, and he swings through it to fall behind.
Yeah, Matty, you're seeing a lot of late swings on the fastball tonight because this guy has had every. He has them in the proverbial rocking chair.
Throw to first will get him easily, and the side is retired. So they get a couple of runs on 2 hits. No. Striding in once again, Ben Gamel. He's in to get things going here in inning number 5.
This one doesn't look good so far. Down by a boatload as we enter the middle innings. It's about time they get something going, and the last thing you want to do is fall behind where you have to score a bunch in the 8th and 9th inning.
This is pulled into right. But this will not elude the right fielder's grasp as he ranges over to handle it for the first out. Stepping up to the plate, Tim Anderson. He drew a walk his first time up. Grounded to short. Simmons has it. And very quickly there, they're 2 gone to start the inning. Now batting, David Vila comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. Popped him up. Pulliam is there, and it's a very quick inning as the side is retired. Orioles down on just 4. Now back to the top of the lineup. Stepping in, Ronald Calzado. And then he and his fellow top of the order hitters haven't really offered much help for this lineup so far.
No, your 1, 2, 3 guys are the ones you look to generate a lot of action. And they just haven't been up to the task so far in this one. Still time for them to turn it around, though. We'll see if it happens.
1-1 to count. Straightened him up there on that fastball. It's 1-2 now.
That's how you open up the outside part of the plate. Pound 2 balls in, and they get right back outside. Nice pitch.
Gonzalez shading to his right, and that's the first out of the inning. Digging in once again, Alberto Estrella. He singled his last time up.
Alberto Estrella.
First delivery to him on the way. Liner towards second. That gets down, and he's got himself a base hit. So he'll hold on at first following the single to right. Make it 2 hits for him here this evening. And as you can see there, he currently leads the Orioles in that category. At the plate, Albert Almora. He's 0 for 2 in the ballgame so far. Now a fastball a bit too low here. It's ball 1. That misses. 2-0.
Well, you can see what he's trying to do right there. double play situation. 2 balls down in the zone trying to get that ground ball. Didn't get him to bite at either one. Now he's behind an account 2-0.
It's a high fly ball headed for the left field corner. If it stays fair, it's gone. Grounded first baseline. A dive, and oh, he can't hang on. And he'll reach first as they can't make the play on him. And that'll bring up the speedy outfielder David Dahl. He went deep for a 2-run homer in his previous at-bat. Watches a fastball right there for strike 1. Lifted the other way to left center. Pyle is after it. He tracks it down and makes the play to record the second out. And no tag at second. He'll head back there with 2 away now. Now at the plate, Harold Rodriguez. No hits in 2 trips to the plate for him in the ballgame. No balls and 1 strike. He's set. Here's the 0-1. Oh, a mistake with location there as that changeup is drilled to left field. And that'll be one he'll regret as that ball is well out of here. A home run. Ball's jumping in this one. That's the 4th to leave the yard so far.
Matty V, this is kind of a mini home run derby, D-Roll. Ball flying out of the ballpark today.
Just great approaches by both lineups today. We were around the cage during batting practice. Both were super confident, and it's coming to fruition today.
And that's up in the zone a bit, but a called strike. 0-2.
Let's see if he continues to climb that ladder, or does he try and get him fishing on something bouncing in the dirt.
Simmons is there for it. No trouble with this one, and the inning is over. Striding in, Ben Gamel, 1 for 2 in the ball game thus far.
Even though we're moving into the back end of this, down by a couple of runs, you know that old slogan, a bloop and a blast. They could certainly use that right now.
And he'll step on first for the out, 3 unassisted. First offering on its way. Sends that one out of play for strike 1. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Outside for a ball, 1-1. And it's 2 balls and a strike for Tim Anderson. High in the air out towards shallow right. Liriano coasts under it, and he brings it in for the second out of the inning. So striding forward now, David Vila. He's 0 for 2 thus far in this one. Here's the first pitch to him. A fastball right down the middle for a strike.
Stuff has never been a problem with this pitcher. It's execution and location that has always been his bugaboo. And that's exactly what happened here. I know he's ahead 0-1, but he's finding the heart of the plate way too often.
Lofted in the air out toward right center. Liriano is under it, and he makes the catch for out number 3. Geraldo Quinones has been summoned.
Hey, one of the keys to having a good record in baseball is to win some games at home.
It's time now for baseball from the great state of Texas and Globe Life Park. Tonight, the opener of a 3-game series between the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. Settling in now, Victor Gutierrez. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first.
third baseman.
First pitch fastball off the plate there, and it's ball one. So, fellas, this Angels team entering play here tonight. They've been playing better than .500 baseball of late, 5-3 in their last 8 games.
Yeah, Matty, I can't tell you how important it is to throw that first run up on the board, and that's exactly what they did. A little crooked number, a 2 spot to give their pitcher a chance to relax and go out and pound the strike zone. This team has been playing red hot.
Now a changeup locks him up as he looks at strike 3 called. 1 away. A moment now in Arlington to have a look at the Rangers starting lineup. Mark, what's your take on him against one of the best starters in the game?
Well, Matt, this lineup finds themselves down 2 runs. Nothing crazy. Everyone relax. Stay within the game plan. Find a way to execute and get 1 run on the board and get back in this.
Big swing and a miss at the fastball, and he's behind in the count 0-2. Smokey, a right-hander who stands an even 6 feet.
A lot of people, some big raises in the organization. To be drafted as low as he was and turned himself into one of the biggest superstars in our sport. I am very impressed with what this guy's been able to accomplish.
A swing and a miss. He offered it a ball way outside the strike zone for out number 2. So here's Francisco Lindor now, looking to get on base and keep this first inning alive. And this one's nowhere close as that bounces to the plate for ball 1. And he won't bite at that one either. It's 2-0.
Boy, he just looks locked in at the plate right now to me. His numbers in recent games have been very good, and those were 2 stone-cold takes right there that put himself in a great hitter's count.
And there are our umpires for this one. Working balls and strikes will be Mr. Darryl Parker.
Hey, not a very big strike zone, but a strike zone that kind of moves around a little bit too much for my liking.
Yeah, Dan, I know there's not a clear scouting report with Darryl. I'll tell you what, you're going to know in the first 2 innings where he's going to be.
And he'll step off. In front of the changeup there as this is chopped foul at home plate. Good battle here. This will be the 7th pitch coming up. Ground ball right side. Throw on to first gets him, and the side is retired. So here's Will Myers, and you can see great numbers over the past few games. And that's in there for a strike.
Myers.
And a step off. Into the corner and slicing foul. Myers is one of the few true superstar hitters in the game. You're no doubt aware of it, but it doesn't matter who he's facing. He's a major league threat to hit the ball hard somewhere just about every time he steps into the box.
Yeah, one of the best hitters and truly blessed by the gods, but I don't think people realize the amount of time and effort this guy has put into honing his craft to become one of the great hitters in our sport.
Curveball looked at here for strike 1. Myers gets his lead at first, nobody out. Takes a knee-high fastball.
Pretty unusual that you see a 5-0 hitter take 2 strikes in a row. Typically, those are some of the most aggressive batters in the lineup.
Count moves to a ball and 2 strikes now. Squared that one up just a little late. Again, a 1-2. Fouled away.
Hey, he looked like he was a little bit out in front on that breaking ball right there. The body can go a little bit. If he was able to keep his hands back a little bit, he might have been able to do some damage with that pitch.
And it's fouled away. Keeps fighting him off. The 8th pitch of the at-bat coming up. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. And that'll get over the wall for a ground rule double, and that'll keep runners at second and third now with still nobody out. Back up the middle. Simmons is there. Throw to first is in time, but meanwhile the runner is in to score. Up next for the Rangers, Brett Ruth, as he'll look to bring home that tying run from second with a base hit into the outfield. This year against right-handed pitching, Ruth is below the Mendoza line, batting average under 200, unfortunately.
He'd be the first to tell you he's not happy with his batting average this season, but he can beat you in a variety of different ways, and he has to because he wouldn't be here otherwise.
Popped him up. Harper moving to his left. He hauls it in without any trouble, and there are 2 away. So next to the plate for Texas, Chad Billingsley. He'll get to take his first cuts here. We'll start him here with a changeup, but it's taken for ball 1. 1-1 the count now. Working for the punch out and the offering. Now this is driven out to deep right center. This could be trouble. And it is trouble. It finds the gap for extra bases. As he arrives at second without a play, as a run comes across to score on the play, tying the ball game. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Comes right after him with a fastball for a strike.
Yeah, I'm shocked he let that first pitch go right there. High fastball, but usually those ones travel the furthest.
One and 2 now.
Hey, that's a huge pitch for him right there. He's been struggling early. If he's able to get any feel on his secondary stuff, he might be able to hang around a little bit.
Here now the 2-2. Very weakly on the ground. That's a foul ball. The 2-2 one more time. Is a wave and a miss. He struck him out. Now at the plate, Victor Gutierrez. 0 for 1 for him here in this one.
Victor
Takes a high fastball for a strike. Now an off-speed pitch well inside, and it forces him to bounce away from danger.
Well, we all know he can burn on a base pass, right? But that's a little tougher to do when you've got a nice goose egg on your leg. It's tough to do like that.
The 1-2. Gets him looking up around the letters. Digging in for his second at-bat, Ozzie Albies. He was a strikeout victim in his first try. Sent in the air out to straightaway central. Cheney is camped under this one, and that's out number 2. Digging in the switch hitter, Francisco Lindor, the reigning batting champion in the American League. A high fastball is in there.
You know, hats off to the pitcher right there. You got a great hitter at the plate. It's early in the count, and he wanted to get ahead. Nice challenge pitch right there.
A ball and a strike now. 2 out, nobody on. Too high there, and maybe a bit outside as well. 2-1. Line drive to left. And that is in there for a 2-out base knock. So Will Myers will get a chance to bat this inning following the base hit.
Dan, as a former pitcher, are you privy to this guy? I mean, he's been swinging the bat well. I know it's only April, but he's been using the entire field, staying line to line.
That's what makes it so hard as a pitcher when you can't go one way. When you pitch a guy in, he pulls it. When you throw it away, he hits it the other way. He's having that ability right now just to be able to get the barrel to it, and he's having a real strong beginning this season.
He's not going to be happy with it.
Got him looking, and that'll do it. The inning is over. Tyler White will bat next. He scored a run after stroking a double in his first at-bat. And a high strike there, 0-1. Fastball that time is nowhere close, and it's even at 1-1. A 2-1 count to the Rangers' first baseman.
Seems to me like they're pitching him a little bit more cautiously after that double he had his first time up.
Trying to shave that outside corner with the fastball, and he missed it. It's 3-1 now. Full count, 3-2. The 3-2 pitch. And that misses for ball 4. It's a leadoff walk that starts the bottom of the 4th.
Man, when the game is tied, the last thing you can afford to do is walk the leadoff hitter. Got to focus on getting that ground ball now.
And this pitch is taken on the inner half for strike 1.
This guy's been on cruise control as we head into the middle innings of this one. And one of the big factors why, how about 80% of his first pitches have been for strikes?
1-2 to the Rangers catcher.
I have no issue wasting a pitch on 0-2 to try to get a guy to go fishing, but it has to be somewhat tempting. You're not going to get anyone to swing a bat at that pitch.
So the breaking ball locked him up there. Tony Walters becomes the first out in the bottom of the 4th inning. First, he's got it. Simmons. And now the tag is applied. It's a double play, and the side. Now to the plate, Chad Billingsley. He'll try to follow up the double in his last at-bat with another big hit right here. And he gets ahead here with the fastball, strike 1. One strike pitch is a fastball high, and that evens things at 1. Now the 1-1 pitch is swung on and missed, and that's strike 2.
Hey, if these guys are going to have any chance in this one, they are going to have to set their sights a little lower. You cannot expect to get the barrel of the bat to that baseball. That is entirely too high.
Grounded to the right. To his left, Gonzalez. And there's one down now. Coming to the plate now, David Carmona. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up. And this one runs up high, ball 1.
Really high curveball right there. Struggling with the release point. That's the key to the curveball, figuring out and finding that release point.
Count now, a ball and a strike. 1-1, here it comes. Breaking ball in for a strike.
1-2.
One out, nobody on. Swing and a miss on the changeup, and there are 2 gone. So the Rangers batting order turns over and set to go. Victor Gutierrez. And he's likely just trying to put one in play here. 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts thus far. Liriano. So coming to the plate, Ozzie Albies. He struck out and flied out. 0 for 2 so far. No balls and a strike to count. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. A little bouncer. That goes foul, so he stays alive with 2 strikes.
Don't be shocked if this pitcher tries to go a little bit further outside the zone. 3 foul balls in a row. He wants to get a swing and a miss on this next pitch.
1-2, here it comes. And he fouls this one off. Ball 2.
2 strikes.
And he struck him out, and that's 8 strikeouts thus far. Ready now, Francisco Lindor. 1 for 2 on his line so far in the game.
Matty, he checks every box. Charisma, smile, hits from both sides of the plate with pop, defense, you name it. GM.
A swing and a drive sent out toward the gap. Liriano racing back, and it's gone. Now it'll be the 4-hole hitter, Will Myers. He's working on a 1 for 2 game so far. A high fastball is in there. Ball 1. 3 runs, 5 hits, and no errors in the contest for the Rangers so far. And he misses 2-1. And he checks his swing. Did he go around? Yes, says the first base umpire. Strike two. Here now the 2-2. His fastball taken high for a ball.
Interesting sequence of pitches right there. A real ugly swing on a ball away, and it looks like the batter has a much better idea of what he's looking for after that second pitch.
And that ball gets down out near the wall and should be extra bases. And he'll pull into second with one away. A baseball is a game of streaks and runs, and he is on one right now.
Yeah, and you've got to ride these streaks as long as you possibly can, and he's doing that coming in right here. Came into this game on fire with the stick, and he's doing that here.
That's now 2 hits so far for him in this one. On its way, the 0-1 pitch. Line towards center field. But sadly for him, this will head straight to the center fielder as he puts it away without much trouble for the second out. That'll bring up Tony Walters. Runner in scoring position with 2 gone. Ball 1. In his career, Walters carries a batting line little over the 260 mark. That's lifted the other way out to left. Pyle moves over, makes the catch, and that'll retire the side. Hitter Brett Ruth will try and get something started in the home half of the 7th. Outside target here, and he hits it for strike 1. And this catches the zone as well. It's 0-2 now.
Hey, back-to-back, same pitch, same spot. Don't be shocked if he goes right back out there. If I'm a hitter, that's where I'm sitting. Everyone would think he wants to go somewhere else. He might go right exactly to the same spot.
There to look it in is Simmons, 1 away. Stepping in, Chad Billingsley, 1 for 2 with a double on the ledger so far. Fastball in there for a called strike. Now this is up and in, and I don't think he likes that location much. It's ball 1. And that one stayed up a little high. There's a swing, and he sends a ball high in the air into left field. Pyle racing back on the warning track. He makes the catch. Stepping in and ready for another shot, David Carmona.
Left fielder, David.
Strike 1 to start the at-bat. Here's the pitch. Another one fouled off, and he's quickly behind 0-2. And they'll try to tempt him with a curveball, but this bounces in front of the plate, and it's 1-2.
Well, he's thrown a lot of pitches in this one, but it's not like he's walking a bunch of guys. Only 1 free pass to this point, but they're still making him work really hard.
A swing, and this one is blasted to right field. Nothing's gonna stop it. And it's gone as they add still another. Parker Bridwell takes over.
Well, in hindsight, it was the right choice to let the setup guy stay in the game and finish this thing. I wasn't so sure before, but the results sure speak for themselves.
And this evening's ends at a 7-2 finish. The Texas Rangers rode an important 6th inning to victory in this one. Brandon Finnegan notches his 3rd win of the year. Keone Kela works 2 full innings in relief to record the save, his 1st of the year. So that'll just about do it. For Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. This has been a presentation of MLB The Show.